bit of a lull in the action right now between the two storm alert days. And Brooks Garner joins us once again this evening.
So, Brooks, we could see more rain starting in the morning, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting setup. We could see a pretty rainy morning commute, and so you'll want to stay tuned tomorrow morning. Catch the morning crew tracking that weather. Right now, though, catching a break in the action. We've got a couple of showers to the north, but by far, most of the weather is way out here in the Gulf of Mexico. That's also where the cold front is, the front that's going to come through tomorrow afternoon and produce that severe weather chance for us. But out ahead of it, we've got just enough energy to get going some showers in the morning, maybe some downpours. Really, tomorrow, one of the big impacts is going to be the heavy rain around the region. That heavy rain is going to have an impact. We could see 2 to 4 inches of it falling, and there could be a couple of spots where the water gets a little bit higher than maybe you'd want it to be. Some of those areas where the drains don't work so well, or the notorious low spots that have seen a lot of rain in the last couple of days. All right, here's a look at the big picture. Quiet now in Orlando, but in the villages, we've got more rain falling. This is just some light stuff, but it's heading to the northeast, about 35 miles an hour, so it's going to work into Bellevue pretty soon. This activity around Pearson and Crescent City moving into Palm Coast and Flagler Beach right now. We've got one little spot of some heavy rain northwest of New Run. This is right at Dead Man's Landing there off Lake George, and that'll be pushing toward the east. But one way to visualize the thunderstorms approaching tomorrow is to look at the forecast lightning. And by 7 in the morning tomorrow, we could see some thunderstorms up around Marion County. So, some of us waking up to some rumbles and bumbles, and that could shake you out of bed up there in the Ocala area. And then we're going to see that activity transitioning southward in northern Lake and northern Sumter counties as we head toward 11 o'clock in the morning. That is the leading edge of the cold front, then pushes toward Orlando during the afternoon. But there could be some big lightning storms from Palm Coast out through northern sections of Volusia County and into northern Lake County before finally transitioning toward the south and toward the east. So we're going to have a lot of thunder and lightning around tomorrow. Much more active day on tap tomorrow than what we saw today ultimately. Even the chance for a little bit of hail, these little pink dots representing that possibility of a little bit of small hail. But by far, the rain is going to be the most widespread impact tomorrow. Orlando could see 2 to 3 inches, could be 3 to 4 inches in Kissimmee, 2 to 3 inches in Titusville. The stripe may work a little bit farther north in forecast, but the potential exists. In fact, this air mass is very moist, not unlike what you'd see in late July with the amount of moisture in the air. That said, we're going to be looking at some of this storm energy to determine our best chance of that thunderstorm activity. And as we head toward the middle of the morning tomorrow, it's going to surge out of South Florida, and we see the yellows. That's a pretty intense storm energy for this time of year. It ranges in the moderate zone, but that'll be more than enough to get the atmosphere rolling and get those storms pumping. And those are going to roll through during the early afternoon before clearing out in the evening. That'll eventually lead to some beautiful weather this weekend. But for tomorrow, our region is looking at a possible severe weather threat where you see the green. It's not likely, but it's a possibility. That'll be a slightly higher risk than what we saw today after this high of 88 degrees today. What a warm day we had. Much cooler weather lay ahead. But I want to show you a close-up of tomorrow morning's commute. We may see some heavy rain up and down I-4 by 7 o'clock in the morning, working through the region through mid-morning. Maybe a bit of a break for an hour. Then the front physically pushing through like a big squeegee, moving all this humidity out to sea. But in doing so, producing what could be some punchy thunderstorms, maybe a little bit of hail, some damaging wind gusts. Can't rule out an isolated tornado. Behind the front, it's all about the clouds, the rain, but no severe weather. It'll be much cooler as well. Waking up Friday to a little bit of a cloudy and dreary start with some rain, and then it clears out during the afternoon for a beautiful day. So our weather threats for our Fox 35 Storm Alert Day include heavy rain, damaging wind gusts, isolated tornado. But look at the 7-day forecast. After we get through tomorrow's turbulence, we're back to the sunshine and the smooth sailing with mid-70s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then mid-80s by this time next week. Next Friday is April 1st, and John and Luann, looks like low 90s are going to be in our future. So if you like the cool weather, soak in the sunshine on this beautiful weekend ahead.